Hello everybody! In the previous video I told you about our implemented projects and showed the result of thorough work on the site. What it often happens when in construction takes a year and even more, you can see in our videos the architectural ideas that we developed a long time ago. That is why today we are going to tell you about top 3 of our projects which have already been finished. Today Andrew will be with me, my colleague. Both of us we are founders of company ZROBIM Architects. The first project is called New York House. This is a residential villa near Hudson City. It's an incredible area not far away from New York City. The basic idea and philosophy of this house is built around its surroundings. We had at our disposal a large slope side and a view in the mountains. There is a very dense forest in the plot, which is the most part we left, having the houses immersed into the context as possible. The architecture dissolved into the environment. The general style of house is made in the Frank Lloyd Wright architecture. He is the most influential architect of the Prairie style. In my opinion, he is iconic of natural integrated houses. For doing that, we have a few rules that we followed. For example, extensive overhangs of the roof, as well as a large amount of glazing, which creates a reflection of the surrounding landscape in the facade. To create a splendid view from the panoramic glasses into the landscape, we placed the house in the top of the site and formed the small lakes. Due to this, the thin forest isn't an obstacle anymore for our views, and the magnificent reflection of the water adds more charm in our houses. The whole complex consists of 2 houses, the main and the guest. The guest part will be rented out of the part of the year, and this is why it's very important to save the privacy of these 2 buildings. And we find a really nice solution. In the main house, the space is divided in 2 functional areas, a common area and a spa block. The spa block is located right between the primary and the guest house, and is separate with a vertical wall which create a partition between 2 terraces. The yoga hall and Japanese garden unify the space between the spa block and the primary apartment. The same method we use the split terrace and they create 2 terraces near the master bedroom and the barbecue zone. The constructed system is partitions complements the Prairie style as well. Therefore, it can be comfortably used by both the guests staying in the guest house and the owners without violating each other's privacy. In the upper floor, you can see a nice bridge which connected 2 bedrooms in the different corners and creates a magnificent balcony in the ground floor. The guest house has a unique idea, a loft space. The shared roof allows us to create high ceiling in the first floor, which significantly expand the space. In the loft space, we managed to add the necessary bedroom with a stunning view of our lakes. 2 large panoramic windows from both facades of the building also look very impressive here. The view from the already became part of the interior space and added its own colors and atmosphere. Inside we used a lot of mute tones and simple surfaces that contrast nicely with the natural materials like wood and stone. Moreover, in the different times of the year, in the interior will be perceived differently because the autumn trees outside the window will be golden and summer green, and in winter everything will be covered with a white snow. The third project is called BBM House. The plot, as well as the first one, is located near Hudson River. Therefore, I won't tell you again about the fantastic natural landscape. In this project, we had at our disposal a large plot with a dense forest and uneven site. This arrangement allowed the house to rise above the crowns of trees and get the most detailed panoramic around. Although it was important for us to make a complex volume of the house in order to reveal the beautiful panoramic view in the most advantageous place, enhancing them with a system of multi-level terrace with an outdoor pool. In the planning structure of this house, we added the maximum space between different functional areas. This not only creates an interesting architectural of the house, but also improve internal comfort of the inhabitants of the house. As you can see, we have 2 distinct volumes: a public area with a living room and kitchen, and a quiet area with his bedroom. They're united by a small glass corridor. Passing through it, you can once again admire the incredible view from the top of the hill. All facade materials nature and tactilely pleasant: wood, metal, crushed stone and concrete. From the outside, the house has a complex composition that allows it to blend it within the surrounding. In our opinion, the project turned it to be kind of the shelter on the top of the hill, where you can find the solitude and retreat from the bustle of the city. We made the interior space in combination with the exterior of the house. Some materials are used throughout the space. For example, we use stone for the fireplace zone, which goes beyond the boundaries of the house. We choose the constructional material of this house as the final coverage to emphasize the natural and environmental friendliness of the interior. In addition, it allows us not to spend much money on the finish covering. Modern and minimal furniture helps maintain status and matches perfectly to rough wall finish. In order to give interior coziness, we have worked a lot with wood. It can be found in different places, from the furniture to the ceiling decoration. Our clients are creative people, and it's very important to create an aesthetically balanced space where the client's character and his lifestyle can be revealed. They knew what they wanted from the very beginning, so working with them was easy and pleasant. It was a great way there was connection between the client and architect, then work turned to be highly aesthetic and at the same time very personalized. This is why only way a good architecture is born, which is, in our opinion, we have achieved.
Hi folks! In this part I'm gonna tell you about our latest project nearby California, San Francisco. Almost 2,000 square feet of living space, the house is placed on a mountain and has a fabulous view facing the bay. Let's jump straight in the planning and functionality of inner environment. It's a two-story detached house. The ground floor serves only as an entrance. Then you go upstairs, you find yourself on the first floor, which is a generous family space. The floor has been enlarged to get 3 more bedrooms and an office. Moving upstairs, you find yourself on the living room on the left and primary bedroom on the right, comprising a huge walk-in closet and a private restroom. The living area consists of 3 functional zones. It's a hospitable lounge, an appetizing kitchen with a giant island, and a dining table. When it comes to design, originally the interior was a bit of a fusion of textures, colors and a lot of things. In our eyes, less is more. That's why we decided to get rid of visual noise in the space, which consequently liberated the given space. What's more, we faced some challenges because it was a project not from scratch. Its renovation means we had certain restrictions, like we had to consider all of structural peculiarities of the building and also where to save the pocket floor. In terms of style, we defined the white color to be the dominant and opted for the Scandinavian style, noted for clean, minimal and highly functional furniture pieces. Even though it wasn't a global development, it allowed us to focus on the design itself. Speaking about furniture, when you design your home, there are basically 2 ways to furnish your interior. The first option is customized just for your furniture. Option 2, you choose it from local suppliers. Not to make the project more expensive, we followed the second approach and suggested our customers a list of worthy partners. One more thing I'd like to mention. It's important to understand that the design project is not just about drawing pictures. It's a lot of work involving a technical part and a selection of all the interior components. Well, we finally smashed it. We've made our clients happy and they in karma turn delight us with another project, which is a nursing home here in California and now in full speed. By the way, as well as private facilities, we love and design the public projects. So, I appreciate your likes, your feedback and commenting below on your take of the project. Would you like to live in such a house? Let us know. Stay strong guys, cheers!